Hey everyone, Shado here. As you might figure out from the fact that I'm still vlogging, that I'm still in the dispute with MGM, and they haven't made any response, so they're probably going to sit on their ass for a month to still claim copyright on that review of Bloodsport that they never owned the movie in the first place, anytime. Anyway, I figure I may as well talk about some more recent events, and the most recent event that I can think of is one that is still going on right now, E3. I actually did not see the Microsoft press conference or the Sony press conference. I saw the cat walking across there. I also saw the Nintendo Direct, which is what they did instead of a press conference, and instead of a press conference, you can get away with cutting 20 minutes off of it with not being able to, show anything and just say, oh well, that's what you get. Yeah, all the information I saw said it was supposed to be an hour, and it was about 41 minutes, so... But on the plus side, there was a lot of stuff shown that I do like, and it does say, hey guys, we've got games coming, hold out for at least another year. Well, at least another year for things like Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Brothers. But... there's still stuff, a lot of, gaming websites, I'm not sure if they're living in the same world I am, if they're seeing the same things I am, because it's all the ones saying that, of course, Nintendo simply wasn't going to be at E3. Their booth took up about 20% of the floor, but they weren't there. And also that in their press conference, Nintendo Direct thingy, they revealed that everything isn't coming out until 2014. Never mind, Pokemon X and Y is coming out October 12th of this year, and there are some games coming out in just that they showcased, and they're coming out in just a couple months. So, yeah, I really don't understand the spin there. Then there's some negative spin on Microsoft as well. Of course, they earned most of it, but there's still a negative spin on it. You can't find someone around today who says that the Kinect 2 is a good idea. Until now, because I actually kind of like Kinect, except for the not exactly able to capture things as precisely as you need for more hardcore games. So, more precision, like Kinect 2, is better. And packing it in the system means that it's being supported would be a lot more normal throughout the library. For cross-platform games, probably not, because like cross-platform games for everything, they're just going to figure out what works and what runs on all systems and go with that. Take Resident Evil Revelations, for example. That was originally on the 3DS, and on the 3DS it had some rather interesting features. You could actually aim and scan by moving the 3DS system and using the motion sensor. Pretty nice. You have a motion sensor in the PlayStation 3 controller, but not in the 360 controller, and you have a screen and motion sensors on the Wii U gamepad, but not in the other systems. And when Resident Evil Revelations was made multi-platform for all the HD systems and came out on the Wii U, it did not have the basic functionality from the 3DS version. Why not? It was already programmed. So yeah, they had the basic thing that just runs on all systems and just go with it. So that's kind of the same thing that you're going to get with Kinect 2 support for multi-platform games, except for possibly some really easy stuff to do like voice commands, which is still nice. Am I getting an Xbox One? Fuck no. Number one, $500. I'm a little broke right now. Number two, the used game thing, used game fees, all that stuff, not going to work too well for me. No used games. I'm a little broke right now. So, Of course, Nintendo, I can't get mini games at all. They charge a shit ton for even their old fucking Mario games. But, yeah, their stuff just does not go down in price. Nevertheless, I got that when I still was close to having a job, so I could afford it. At that time, I was planning on getting all of the new consoles, just like I always do. Then I ran out of money because I don't have a job anymore, except for making reviews, which pays 40 cents a day. Woohoo! Actually, I went from making $12 a month to making $14. So, that's better. If you go by percentage, it's a lot better. I've talked a little bit about the Xbox One, a little bit about the Wii U. PlayStation 4, there's not too much for me to say. It's about what I expected. And, I'm not entirely enthused about it. It's a bit strange because, tech-wise, I guess, graphics-wise, PlayStation 4 has the best stuff. Highest specs, most RAM for gaming, at least some of a higher grade of RAM in it. Very good. Xbox One, not quite as high as PlayStation 4, but relatively close. Wii U, quite far behind Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but a good amount in front of the current gen consoles, which people still don't seem to realize. Probably would help if people making ports actually utilized the stuff in the Wii U instead of trying to put things that are CPU-intensive games onto a system that has a weaker CPU, but a GPU that is many generations ahead. Yeah. People can be dumb when programming games. Really. Point is, though, the PlayStation 4, $400, good price point, especially for the tech involved. But I have a PC that I use for games. I got the PC for editing software, it's not software, editing videos, because I wanted to go forth, be that movie reviewer I want to be. And I needed a better computer to do it, because my shitty-ass laptop was not going to cut it. And I got that computer a year and a half ago. It was mid-high range then. Right now it's kind of mid-range. And it's more powerful than a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And of course, more powerful than a Wii U. But yeah, it's when it comes to just general normal ass games without the gimmicks. I mean, you say what you will about that's a gimmick, this is a gimmick, that's gimmick, this is gimmicky. Look at these gimmicks. My computer can't do any of these gimmicks. And that Kinect gimmicky as shit. You can't do anything with those gimmicks except for the fact that my computer can't pull that off, which is kind of important considering the fact that my computer can pull off anything the fucking PlayStation 4 can do, has better graphics than it, and keyboard and mouse kind of kicks the DualShock's ass for a lot of those kinds of games. Shit ton of FPSs. I know there's the exclusives, but when the exclusives are kind of the same genre, I still don't care. I didn't really care about the 360 exclusives, and Microsoft's exclusives, and Sony's exclusives. I'm finding myself like, Nintendo exclusives, most people are like, well, those aren't the kind of games that hardcore players play anymore, but they're at least not the kind of games that come out on my computer. Not the kind of games that come on Steam. And playing with the gamepad is different than playing with a mouse and keyboard or joystick. It has some other aspects to it. Playing with a Kinect has some other aspects to it. Playing with the PlayStation Move has some other aspects to it. And if that was more supported, that would be a lot more interesting to me. But everyone found something disappointing in this E3. Mostly everyone's pointing at Microsoft and laughing. Microsoft's strategy, to me, it looks like they looked at the success of the Wii in going for the non-gamer, and they looked at the growth of the 360 in its non-gaming functionalities, and decided to focus on people who want a box to watch Netflix on versus people who want something to play games with. And I really don't know if having your Netflix box cost $500 is really a smart move. Let's say if I was designing a console, it's not something I would do. Then again, that's not something I would focus on if I was designing a console. Especially the always online. Everyone knows everything terrible about the Xbox One by now. So, I shouldn't really have to go into detail for that. But I don't know, graphics are nice, but if I want super high-end graphics, I got my computer. And the next-gen consoles, unfortunately, are less powerful than it. I know that things can be pushed pretty damn hard on a console where you can't really go and do all that on a PC because you have to make it work on thousands, millions of different computer configurations versus the one console spec that you have to make a piece of software run with. I'm just broke. There's going to be a while for more Nintendo IPs to start showing up on shelves, and the Wii U will likely be purchased then, and then the library will expand with more third parties maybe coming on, possibly, who knows. I can't afford it anyway. PlayStation 4 coming around, looks nice, not as nice as my computer, and besides, I can't afford it. Xbox One, really bad business decisions, really bad DRM design. I like the Kinect 2, and I can't afford it by the furthest amount. So, easy decision there. Don't get the Xbox One. But I doubt anything else is going to be announced at E3. E3 is still going on, but it's just the pretty much it's there. The press can come, they can try out demos, unless someone does something and says, "Hey, hold on, we've got something else to show you that now you can't play because it's already over." But hey, and there's things that everyone wanted to see at the Nintendo E3 that didn't happen, like a new Metroid game, a new, really new Legend of Zelda for Wii U. Not Wind Waker HD, but a new Wii U Zelda that looks possibly like the tech demo they showed earlier. Hey, everyone liked that tech demo. And then they say, "Hey, Wind Waker HD." It's like, "Hey, damn it, you're doing this just like you did to us on the GameCube, you bastards!" Though, actually, that would be nice if they did a Wind Waker 2, kind of like there was actually a plan for that way back when. Oh well. I'm looking forward to upcoming games. I just won't be able to afford most of them. And, my computer's giving me plenty of affordable, damn nice looking games. I was just playing it in 1080p on 2 different screens the other day, and I was thinking to myself, hey, didn't they say way back when at one E3 that the PlayStation 3 was supposed to be able to do that? Of course, that was when the PlayStation 3 was a lot smaller and had a shit ton of ports in the back. But E3 doesn't exactly always show you what is coming in the future, so keep that in mind.